What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be getting a pretty big update in CoD World War II. I'm going to be covering all the details on this as the days go on, but for the first video today, I should have one coming a little bit later in the day as well. With this one, I want to talk about the stuff that they released yesterday in the blog post, talking mainly about supply drops and loot, and how they're going to be improving that system overall. Lots of great changes here, but I wanted to go through the list, and as we go, I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on this. So first up on the list, they're going to be increasing the number of weapons and premium content per update that we get. So it looks like we'll be seeing more weapons, we'll be seeing more variants, we'll be seeing more cosmetic items as well. And it looks like we're going to be getting more of these with each one of the updates. We've actually got at least 2 new weapons coming today. We've got the MG81 as well as an MAS-38 submachine gun. We don't know what they're going to be calling these in the game or what the stats are going to be like, but as soon as we get the update, I'm on the case, and hopefully I'll have at least some basic stats for you guys really soon until I get to the gun guides where I go into much greater detail. Now with this particular section, this does mean we are going to be having a larger loot pool, and I'm sure there will be more items mixed in here that we also probably aren't going to be very fond of. But as we read through this list, it doesn't seem like that's going to be too bad at all. The next thing on the list here is more ways to earn weapons. They're going to be offering a variety of paths to obtain the most wanted weapons and weapon variants in the game, and they said they're going to be made available via orders and contracts, in addition to this standard way to get them out of supply drops. Now, I'm not too sure if this is just them essentially referring to bringing back the special orders where we can directly earn the guns, which is something they're going to be doing with this update, or if there's going to be even something else, maybe a unique challenge or something along those lines that you'll be able to complete in order to get these guns. Either way, this is sounding really good to me. Next up, something a lot of people are going to be very happy to hear when it comes to supply drops, they're lowering the duplicate rates. So this means we're going to get fewer duplicates in-game. Of course, they aren't eliminating duplicates by any means, but it looks like they're going to be changing the rates a little bit, so you shouldn't see duplicates quite as often as you saw before the update. At the same time, I fully expect to sometimes still get those drops where all 3 items are duplicates. It's very likely to still happen, but it is good to know that they're changing those rates. Next up, they're going to be rebalancing the category reward rates, and essentially what this means is the different categories are like grips, or emblems, or calling cards, or weapon variants, or uniforms. Essentially the way it's balanced right now is grips are heavily weighted at the moment, so grips are going to be your most common item, you see them all the time. And they're making adjustments to this so that it's a bit more balanced. So instead of just getting grip, 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 it now is going to be more likely that you'll get like grip emblem calling card or grip emblem weapon variant or something along those lines. Again, just another tweak that I'm quite happy to see, and I'm sure a lot of people are as well. Even if it doesn't mean that we're necessarily getting more heroics or anything, at least it's going to be fewer pistol grips and a little bit more of the other items. Next up, one of the biggest things that I'm happy is returning here is new special orders. So the special orders are going to be coming back with Major Howard, and with this one, we don't have all the details on exactly how they're going to work, if they're just going to be similar, but it looks like we're going to have direct paths once again to earn new weapons as well as variants, they said here, which we haven't seen before. And a lot of these variants are the ones that have been locked in common drops only, which means they're extremely rare. Some of the ones that have been speculated to be in these common drops would be BAR variants, as well as combat shotgun variants. It's one of the reasons you don't really see too many variants of those weapons out there, is apparently they've only been available in common drops, and rare drops, strangely enough, are actually a bit easier to come by because of the way the contract system works. So you don't really see too many of those floating around, and now you'll have direct ways to be able to earn these through special orders. I really hope they also go back to just continuing to rotate through guns that have been added post-launch. So like if you missed out on the Volkssturmgewehr, I hope there's going to be a special order that pops up for that. Or even the first set of weapons that were added, like the Sten for instance. It would be really nice to see those rotated through so that you constantly have an opportunity to be earning those weapons as long as you're catching the special order on the right day. Next up is something that I feel there's going to be some mixed reactions on. We're going to be seeing new categories of items added into the loot pool. And it essentially just says you'll have more ways to customize your soldier and loadout with the introduction of weapon charms, which look like this, a little top hat with a mustache. There's going to be various different kinds you can attach to your guns, just like in Infinite Warfare, they had these weapon accessories. Also, they're going to have camos in supply drops, which is something we haven't seen yet in CoD World War II, and there's going to be reticles added into these drops as well. So for me personally, sure, it's a neat addition, and I realize as they add new weapons and stuff, they will have to add other loot in order to keep the balance of their supply drop rates and everything. But at the same time, I'm not really all that excited for these weapon charms, these camos, maybe the reticles, we'll see. But I guess it beats pistol grips, and this actually brings us to the next point here. They're going to be removing the gold foil calling cards. So those are those calling cards where they just took a standard calling card that was already in the game, put a little gold border around it, and then called it epic or heroic. That was just ridiculous. They're removing those, and they won't be adding any more pistol grips to the game. All the pistol grips we have so far, that's it. Those are the pistol grips for CoD World War II. There are no more. And that is awesome to hear as well. I think people are getting really sick of those pistol grips. They're pretty useless for the most part. On certain variants, you actually can't even see the pistol grips. And it was really just clearly a way to dilute the loot pool. At least now, maybe we'll have stuff that's slightly more useful as far as those really common type things like weapon charms, camos, and reticles. So overall, I'm going to say it's a positive change there. And finally, this brings us to the last point on this update regarding the loot and the supply drops and everything like that. They're going to be adding something called Armory Drops. And these Armory Drops, they explain, are going to be similar to bribes. So it seems like you're going to get a duplicate protected epic or heroic variant or something along those lines. And a really neat thing about this is you'll be able to spend your Armory credits on this. So it just gives us one more thing to spend those Armory credits on, and this is awesome. I always just hoard my Armory credits until the events come, then I just spend them on the collections that have the new weapons in them, and that's it. Then I just continue saving until the next time around. Now it gives me something to maybe roll the dice on a little bit and get a chance at getting one of those heroic weapon variants. And I think this is going to be great. I'm definitely interested to see just how much these Armory Drops are going to cost when it comes to Armory credits. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. There's a bunch more coming in this update aside from all this kind of stuff. It looks like we're going to see some weapon balancing changes, probably. We're also going to see, like I said, 2 brand new weapons at least. There might even be more in there because, like I said in the first point of this video, they are going to be increasing the number of weapons and premium content per update. So that could mean even more than 2 weapons today, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. And also, Operation Shamrock and Awe will be starting today. We don't know all the details on this. It is Irish themed, which is a little bit strange because Ireland technically wasn't involved in World War II, but we are going to be having a St. Patrick's Day themed event. This is likely going to be a much shorter event than the Resistance as well as the Winter Siege event. It's most likely, my guess is going to be like 1 week long and that's it. And then after that event is when we're finally going to be seeing Dom XL. So with that, of course, I'd like to know what you guys think of these changes in the comment section below. Do you like the changes? Are there any of these changes you dislike? And do you think it'll be enough to improve the supply drop system? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.